Well then, welcome back to Tabletop Theater, where previous set of adventurers had gone into found themselves in jail on a secret mission to find out what the fuck was going on there. So they entered a red room, went behind the scenes, and discovered that it's all scientific experimentations by some demon lords named Exxon. They're doing select macabre experiments on uh on prisoners here. Lots of adventure and little weird things that happen here and there. Um any highlights that you guys remember in particular from the last adventure?
Um, Big Daddy has a ear stuck in his hand.
Because the Rathalos actually threw it at the little girl and he stopped it
Oh
as I was
yes.
going, as Maya was actually going to try to figure out a better solution than the girl asking for death.
So in your investigations of you'd found that you'd battled the effects of one of these prisoners been experimented on and blew up into like this jellified mass of meat that you well defeated. Your still mission was to Maya's personal mission is to get this little girl out of here. And you have found her and Big Daddy there. But her little creepiness still with her back to you, and she has this little ball in front of her that she's like ball of static that she's been watching everything. As she sees everything that's been going on. And as you approach, basically just says one sentence. You should kill me. And Zathras, very much enthusiastically, okay, chucks a spear.
Hey, I don't have high intelligence. I just listen.
Boom! Big Daddy slams his massive fist down, catches it just in front of her with the tip just mere inches from Irina's head. Her back is still turned to everybody. Big Daddy gets up, lumbers at 12 feet but tall above you. Big Daddy is a rock troll. If you can imagine oh, humanoid figure, mostly rock, layers upon layers of a shoal. It's still moving plates. It's mountain animated.
The guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's who I'm thinking of. Exactly. Guardians of the Galaxy, but bigger.
Brax.
Brax, yes.
Okay, if you don't
The
know,
one
that was
who can't take a
Batista.
joke.
Yeah, Batista.
Actually, no, that was Natiti or whatever. It was the director who played him.
Yeah. I can't remember. We're going on a sidetrack right now.
Yeah.
Bringing it back in. Stands up massively in
not
front of you. Looks ferociously at all three of you.
Oh, and that wasn't Guardians. It was Thor. Sorry.
Yeah, yes, it was Thor, the last one.
Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok.
Yes, Thor Ragnarok. That's exactly right. Okay, anyways. I'll give you guys a few seconds. Maya, would you like to try to calm this down as you were wanting to do earlier?
What the? And I'm backing off really quick.
Oh, that's your solution. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know what to do right now.
As Big Daddy starts taking a lumbering step forward.
He told me to.
You hear the voice you hear her voice. Stop. It's a whisper. and seems to relax. And you could almost like he does his head tilt, and she does those little head tilt exactly like that. And then she tilts her head the other way, and he tilts his head the other way. And then he just comes lumbers back, and then sits down, takes the Lance made a big hole on his hand, and he's just holding it, and he's taking his other fist, just squeezing it tight. And then she whispers again, but you all hear it in your head, like a little echo. He won't let you. He's here to protect me. And then she starts telling her story. Let me tell you who we are. And all these little voices as well start coming in. Roar. There's the cut to fade out into an earlier scene where she's clearly younger, and she's been brought in like kicking, screaming, and these doctors with blackened gloves, rubber gloves, just grab her from each hand, and she's telling the story of she was brought here, the last sons of, she's the last daughter of one of the forbidden alliance of like one of the people, one of the dirties, somebody from Earth, from the Earth realm, mixing with the mother was one of the cultists helping on this side, and she's the spawn of Taldorian cultist and a human mage. So she's got Earth blood, and these doctors have been experimenting on her. Cut to all these. The scene changes to the experiments where she's like being able to try to do mind control. I mean, not mind control. Levitation of objects. Talk mind control with animals, and Big Daddy in particular. He's one of the prisoners here, strapped as well. Cut to you're seeing all these. She's portraying all these images to your brain in quick flashbacks. Big Daddy's strapped down as well. At sometimes, other times he's just there, and she's sitting in front of him. He has simple mind. It was easy to learn. More experiments. They keep injecting her with stuff and drawing her blood out, and this whole time her face is in pain. You could see more like on her the experiments more on her back now as well. They're putting tattooed sigils with like this dark necrotic looking ink in her back, and cut to other things where now it's just her, she, other time, like little by little she starts resisting, is no longer screaming, and she's just now more placid, not doing anything, and her hair gets longer and darker and darker and oilier and oilier and oilier to her. Now the scene shifts into present time. Her silhouette matches up so that her old version is now her new version. They wanted to make me a weapon. What are you going to do now?
You send Big Daddy away.
I offer you a deal. You help us, and we will help you out. We are going to get out of here, and you're coming with us. Simple. Together we can make it. And once we get out, you can go do whatever you like.
You see Big Daddy do. Okay.
Excellent. The bargain has been made.
So, what's the plan?
First off, now that we know what they're doing here, still need to get their research equipment so they may not do this again. At least without significant rebuilding.
You do remember from last time, last episode, you know that you're in a cog wheel. Everything's a big cog with 6 spokes. Many of these spokes have been, and these spokes are huge, massive, like your backgrounds, like they're big and long, and the things on that you see, those little cages,
Mhm.
there's a door on them. That little door, that's for human size, so that gives you a scale of how big these cogs are. A lot of them are caved in. You know that one of these is where they were storing experimental weaponry.
Is what we are after. Or I am after.
And
I want them.
the other cogs, or the other pathway on the farther side, is the exit. Or according to the map that you had seen and the research that you're right now in the forbidden area. You're in the secret sections that is not the prison. This is let's call them Exxon's cultists. The Exxon crew working back here. So,
So
what's your plan?
Let's get to the arsenal.
now we can go for the arsenal. Yes.
I was going there to begin with. It was you who decided to go here.
I wanted to get the little girl.
And they call me a pervert.
Are you a what? A robot?
Oh. Never mind. Carry on.
So, you want to go to Arsenal? It is heavily protected. Will set off alarms.
That is the
Come and
plan.
stop us.
That is the plan to cause distraction. And destruction.
The second I leave this chamber, they will know.
So it is better for you to stay still until the alarms go off. When they are distracted, they will pay less attention towards you.
No. I will go with you.
Us setting off the alarms?
That means we will have to hurry.
The thing is, if we set off the alarm, if she sets off the alarm, they have 2 spots they gotta try to go to figure out which alarm went off.
But this would be the only alarm that went off.
No,
We haven't set any other alarms off.
but the weaponry room
We haven't
is
gotten
heavily
there.
guarded. No,
We
but
have
she
to get
said-
there first.
but she said if we went there first, it's heavily guarded. If we set off the trap there, we would have alerted an alarm. If she goes off, if she leaves the room, then they have to figure out which alarm has gone off. So even if she's with us, it's setting off one alarm.
Only one alarm will go off if she comes with us. And that's the alarm here. Because we haven't gotten to the armory yet. We're not,
There is
that alarm
logic
isn't going to
in
get
what
set
he
off until we
says.
get there.
So, what you're saying is there are alarms around here. Let's see what we can do about that.
Ah, yes, you've already
What I'm
disabled
saying-
enough of them.
Listen carefully. They will stop at nothing to keep me here. Nothing. They will know the second I step out of this chamber. I plan to burn this place down.
Good. So, if they know the second you step out, that means they are keeping an eye on you. Since they are apparently not caring that we are here and the alarms have not been raised, that means they are monitoring your location more than your location more than your company. That means they're not keeping an active eye on you. And that means there's this magical sensor here locating your giving off your presence in this place or the absence of you in this place. Which means I can find it and disable it. Or make it think that you are constantly here and have not left. So let's do that. I want to investigate, see if I can find it.
Roll me an investigation.
Yeah, wrong page. Investigate is over here. Anybody want to help me?
You can roll investigation too.
Yeah,
Um,
but if somebody has the skill, they can just aid, and one gets a boon.
Okay,
Like
I can
the-
aid.
I'll say this is let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I'll go for it. Do you
Okay.
want to do one each investigation or you roll with advantage?
I got a +5 on it.
You
I
with
have a
advantage seems
third.
like I'm +1 despite my lack of intelligence. But so yeah, just you with advantage so is the logical choice.
Okie dokie. Did that work?
I still roll with that, right? Or no?
No, you don't
No.
roll.
Okay, making sure.
Okay, that's a 16.
There's a lot of things here that are obvious sensors
That's not
because
it.
there's
That's
runes.
not
There's specific
it.
protections outside of this. He's in kind of like a little round hot cell. It's almost like glass. But outside of that, everything else you could see like in the dark. There's sigils of protection, of warning, of attack, of containment. There's a lot of containment in here. When actually
That's-
it's like dampening.
That does not surprise me
And-
at all. It's a good thing we didn't use any magic here, because that would have blared off. That would have initiated the anti-magic field. That would have...
Yeah. There's a whole lot of there's a whole lot going on. You could see it's like out of the most there's a lot of hardened criminals here. There is every resource being aimed here.
Right. We got 1,200 prisoners up on top, and we got resources in here for 3,000. Right. So on that note, can I disable them? Or at least make them think there's nothing, like, nothing will
It's
change.
with a 16. There's a lot, and it'll take a whole lot of time, and it could take several hours for you to several hours, type a lot of time, with a high risk of anything going off.
And I roll perception to it because we're trying to influence in some way.
No,
Wouldn't
I
it-
don't
yeah.
understand.
If you're assisting somebody, you don't roll, they roll.
Well, no, I'm like saying because he's now trying to figure out if he can do it. If I perception basically can also mean you're changing the mental state. We're trying to basically, what's the word? Do an illusion. We're making him think that she's still here. So that would be a perception.
I
But
would
that's
argue
up to
that's
you.
more under arcane.
Okay.
Yeah, and probably not going to work. There's
Okay.
it's a
Is
it's
there
a
anything I can hit? Sorry, that just seemed like the obvious answer to
I
me.
have-
Anything I can break?
yes, yes. We must break everything.
Uh-oh.
Big Daddy gets up and starts moving forward.
Hold on, hold on. I'm thinking this the wrong way around. You don't want to disable anything. We want the system to go off. But make it look like it wasn't supposed to. We make it go off a couple of times, they will come a couple of times, they will go like, oh, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong. And when it goes off the third time, they're like, oh, it's going off for no reason again. And then we make this game.
The play, cry, roll.
Exactly.
It's just her singing.
I just heard singing too.
No, it's her singing in the background.
So,
Sarah just froze.
No,
Shall
I think
we?
we're good.
shall we do the Boy Who Cried Wolf play?
Oh, it's the stream that froze.
Let's do a challenge.
Oh, I like this. Yes.
Because
Oh, PC just froze.
I'd like to do this as a challenge because there's going to be active consequences. What's your goal for this one? What I want to do when an active challenge here, let me explain to Sarah how this works. Sarah, I set the DC at something like, in this case, is going to be at a 17. We're gonna have three. You're gonna need 3 successes. No, you're gonna need 5 successes to reach this big goal, like get to the armory.
Are you sure you want it to be 70? We are, after all,
We're
level
just
3
like them.
characters.
Yeah. I take that back. Yeah, we're gonna make this at like 15, and we're gonna go for we're gonna need 3 successes to get to the armory, or 5 successes to get to the armory. It doesn't matter. We'll figure this out in a second. But you each contribute something. Each time you contribute something, and for when you get to 3 successes, when we get to 3 successes, it gets good. If you get for every failure that you have, though, there will be consequences afterward. If you get to 3 failures, something catastrophic happens.
Yeah, essentially we failed the challenge at 3 failures, but any failures that we have, if we get like 3 successes, we win the challenge, we get there. If we get 3 failures, we lose the challenge, but every success we had makes it less bad. Well, on the other hand, if we get 3 successes and 2 failures, it's gonna be by the skin of our teeth or something like
It'll be less
teeth
good.
of our skin or something like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The point
That
is
makes sense.
point is we want to have as many successes as possible with as few failures as possible.
So let's set this up. We're going we're gonna try to hit 15 on our rolls. 3 successes versus 3 failures.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to overcome the getting out of the room portion?
Well, the only 2 things that I'm good at are strength and athletics. So
We can
we can
bait
get to
them in and
those
start
other than
Yeah.
start fighting.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to be the first one. It's like
no,
all of us.
I'm just saying something we might want to use on our journey.
So I'm saying I would like to use stealth on this. As in, we are going to try to harmonize our steps out of the chamber in such a way that the magical sensors will detect our leaving with a lag.
Okay. And this way you guys could go first and be like, we'll figure it out right now, depending on how well you roll. The target is 15.
Actually, I was gonna bring up another idea.
Oh,
Oh?
yeah, please.
Another idea is, remember, I can switch into any type of animal.
Yeah, the problem isn't you. The problem is the other two.
Yes, but we're trying to play wolf. We're trying to get the sensor to go off, correct?
So it's going to go off when she leaves anyway.
We're trying to figure out what happens or how we get out of this room. We could set up the sensors on purpose and start a fisty fight, which case you would use an attack as your action, and then if you roll 15 or higher on your attack, then yay, success. Or you could say, I want to do a convince and somehow a guard, and this way use persuasion, or I could use stealth and like delay ourselves. So you tell me how you would like it, but there will be a rule involved.
That I understand, but we're trying to play we're trying to play a wolf. If we make it look like there is an animal going in and out of the room, that might also help too. Like Big Daddy and her are just not paying attention to an animal that's coming in and out. They're gonna go, what's going on?
I see. So what skill?
But how is the wolf going to open the door?
You guys open the door.
Yeah, you guys open up the door, but if I'm running and triggering that sensor, you're gonna go, how did this animal get into
the sensor is connected to her leaving the room. It has nothing to do with anybody coming in, because we've already come in and out, and that didn't set any alarms off.
We haven't left the room.
Well, we've come into the room and it didn't set any alarms off.
But we don't know if us going out will also trigger it.
Well, okay, she said it was hooked. It's based on her leaving. So
it's based on her leaving.
Yeah.
So you going in and out of the room doesn't do anything to the sensors.
Okay.
It's a good plan. Don't get me wrong. Just you did not cast the. You did not have the entire situation.
Smelling cinnamon.
Explained.
I was actually throwing it out as an idea too, so to work for it. But that works.
Yeah, it is good. So anyway, well, so my plan was to harmonize with the magical thing is to get us to leave, get her to leave exactly on the moment where the previous cycle ends, so we have as much time as possible to get as far as possible before the magic sensors woke up again.
Okay. Roll me a stealth. Did you say that was what you wanted, right?
Yep.
18.
Good thing you didn't have disadvantage.
It didn't matter.
Exactly.
Step 1 is going to be, you are going to separate, leave in front before they do. You're going to go first to the right, because toward the right is where the cog tunnel that you want with the weapons. And 30 seconds later, Big Daddy and Irina step out. And you're already like disabling, you've already investigated the room. You're ready, like, okay, I'm here at this door. I'm ready to get it open and start going to the next section. And the second, like, you hear the alarm, the camera cuts to the tunnel, and it's her, Big Daddy, busting out of the door and busting out. Because at this point, everybody knows. But you've gathered enough, like a minute or two ahead, so that there is lag in the system. You're a step ahead of the security that's going to come down, and from what you see now, just Big Daddy's hole-shaped hole coming out of one of the walls, and Irina, like, moving very carefully and slowly, her dark oily hair still covering most of her face. Around her, whatever lights are ringing, bam, 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 as she approaches, they sort of like fizzle out and puff out of. They stop working, and she's just moving forward down this hall, following you guys. And as she does, whatever lights just extinguish themselves. And then Big Daddy starts running, and so does she. Cut to you at the door. Next section, next challenge. What would you like to do? You've got to get from here to the arsenal area.
So, what we can see as options is somebody can either go and punch guards to slow them down. Someone can run really, really fast to make headway. I'm gonna opt out anyway, so you guys can have a spot.
Yeah, you can't go. You can't do two in a row. So that's
Yeah.
one of the things that you can't do is two in a row.
Hmm.
So
I can punch, or in this case, I can make the guards have an accident, a battle accident.
all right. How do we feel about that? I'm into it.
Athletics.
No,
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say battle axe. It's
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
roll.
It's just an attack. It's just a pure attack roll. Attack is a powerful step.
It's +6 either way. So
You'll be lagging behind. You'll be lagging behind everybody else, kind of holding off the thing, holding off the force. Let's see how well you do.
Good luck, me. Push the button.
Natural fucking one. Oh yeah. Oh
It's a weak
yeah.
hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, it was nice knowing you guys.
Oh my.
As you're running and turn back, like, okay,
Does that count as
I'm gonna
two
hold them
failures?
off. Yes, but also I want to picture this cinematically. Like a bunch of troops, like you could start hearing a bunch of like running, clambering, brum, 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 like as a whole mess of there are 10s, 12s coming up, and 5 of them pop up to your left, 5 to your right, and at this point most of you are going down the hall and running back. He's holding them off as much as he can. The first ones, you're doing great. You're doing super awesome. Bam, bam, bam. But just as quickly, they start overwhelming you. They start hitting you with those little metal zapper things. And the last thing you see coming out, like the camera cuts to Irina about to enter the doorway, and she looks behind as you being overwhelmed. Leave it at that scene right there. 'Cause Maya and our Woosterian, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna change into a dire wolf.
Okay. And then you want to try and attack as well?
I'm gonna use actually the dire wolf and go into threat mode and see if someone will come at me. Because a dire wolf, if they've been in here long enough, they're probably not going to recognize a dire wolf right off the bat, or any
Okay.
wolf.
You want to threaten them so that Zathras can recover, and to still hold them off some more. You're
Yes.
gonna to buy some more time. Absolutely. Let's see.
Intimidation.
Would you prefer
Intimidate.
in an intimidation roll, or would you prefer an arcana roll to use your magical abilities?
Let's see. I'm gonna do Arcana.
Okay. So this is your shift, at this point Irina just looks back at Zathras with a little bit of sympathy, shakes her head, passes through the doorway, and that's cut to, Zathras like being overwhelmed, and that same doorway in the background where Irina had stepped away, Maya steps forward and starts shifting into a wolf, and with the 17 just like starts shifting and big dire wolf and just coming in and this big loud growl as the guards like stop and start looking at you as you start cutting from cut to the camera. Just as you go into the camera, it cuts to the next action scene. That's 2 successes, 2 failures. Who's next? Zathras and Wusterion.
So,
You and your trio are in the next section looking at that. I mean, there's an arsenal room right next. What's up? What would you like to do?
since this is ancient dwarven build, I can definitely spot that they have not opened that secret door in about 300 years, which is marked very clearly by dwarven signs of secret entrance that is not commonly visible to non-dwarves.
Okay.
I use history and racial bones.
History. All right.
Let me just check it out.
It's that magical spell. Create door.
Oh,
Almost.
close. I blame
14.
cat.
Well, if you stop petting your cat before the roll, this wouldn't have happened.
He would have rolled a 1 if he hadn't gotten cat luck.
Oh boy. You open the door. Well, I gotta wait for him. You go like it's clearly right here. You open the door. No, they did find that beforehand, and it sets off another chain of events. There's now boom boom security doors slamming down in front of the walls that led to the arsenal, and more klaxons and flares start going off, and sigils start popping off everywhere, and then more and more footsteps approach. The
I was gonna say-
entire security forces are converging here, and they're coming down. They're converging from all over. If this was surround sound, they'd be everywhere.
I was going to say, can I use strength to try and stop the doors from coming down?
No, it's in a whole
Nope.
different section, and you're
Okay.
overwhelmed by dudes who are using stun batons to like shock you, and other times beat down on you, and other times like 2 or 3 of them are holding on to like an arm or two. At this point,
We are surrounded by spears.
Some of us are. They still
and
don't know
then
what
a
to do
couple
with
of
me.
doors start opening up. You see 5 go into the room that are 5 flanking from the left, 5 flanking from the right to where Wisterion, uh, Irina, and Big Daddy are at, and they're backing you into the room where now Maya and Zathras are, like she's holding off a few people, like growling and trying to allow Zathras to get himself up, while at the same time it's now everybody all in a group now huddled, and there's probably 20, 25 guards, and some of them are now starting to hold spears, and other ones are holding on the batons.
I don't know if that's gonna work.
And you're still there just growling, kind of holding them off, but they're like encircling you down. They're
It's
encircling you
it's the
down.
it's a
Because
wall
I'm
of
used to-
spears meme where
Because
And
just weapons everywhere pointing at us.
what I'm getting at is because I'm still in wolf form, I don't know if I could actually be able to still do poison spray to and that, but I can't because I'm in an animal shape. So
Choices.
yeah.
But at this point, you hear Irina. This entire time, you've just been hearing that echoey voice, and he starts
I'm gonna take
screaming
my
very
headphones off for a
loudly. No,
second.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It's fine. We're okay. I didn't do it. Anyway, she starts
Allegedly.
screaming very loudly in this high pitched voice, and um, all of the soldiers start, like, the mix of soldiers and guards start like holding down their ears. You guys as well. I want all of you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. Oh shit! Oh shit!
I'm a
I'm gonna
dwarf.
say okay, I'm gonna say straight up mine is because I'm in animal form.
Yes.
Mine is because I'm in animal form.
Yes.
I am a dwarf and I'm okay.
You're used to
Good thing
hearing
it wasn't
the banging.
disadvantage.
Meanwhile, I mean, you guys like hold your. I mean, it's painful, and it's not only is permeating in your hands, but your brain, but it's like doing this little weird thing of where your head is vibrating, and like it's a combination of like scratching on chalkboard, rubbing the balloons, all of those terrible noises, biting into apples, all of those sensations are just echoing in your brain, but everybody else, black blood is coming down their eyes, their ears are like starting to come out, and their like mouths are gaping open, as they're like backing off, and a few of them are in the back are like they can't even escape it. They're down on their knees and they're just retching this black ooze and collapsing on the ground. And on like in a shockwave, everybody's falling down, bum 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 onto the ground. And then Irina just calms down, and she shifts her body the opposite way of where we were running. And Big Daddy starts clomping the opposite way, now towards the exit. There's more coming. A lot more.
Already there.
Guess we're not
Go
going to
with
the
her.
armory, huh?
And I think that's a good spot to take a 5-minute break.
We've only been at it for an hour.
Yeah, it's only been an hour, sir.
Keep going then? All right.
Keep
more
going.
cliffhangery then. All
At
right.
least
let's
half
keep
an
going
hour. Go.
then. All right. That's a good cliffhanger spot, but we're a little bit ahead of schedule. So,
Because I'm a dire wolf, should I be able to be? Can I actually pick up Zathras if he's not fully up and able to walk?
Take him a while.
Zathras is a 2 meter tall half orc.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, because he did fall to the ground, and I was trying to be nice and let him go on my back, and I could carry him if needed.
6'8". I don't think
But
you're
I'm a-
gonna get.
But I'm a dire.
I'm a
And
heavy
you're
dude.
we're in dire straits to begin with, so
Yes.
You guys and your jokes today with me.
I'm just saying, if you need to carry anyone, that would be the dwarf who only moves 25 feet.
I'm not going to carry you at all. I'll carry I'll carry our little girl before you.
He won't.
Yeah.
He looks-
So if you
Yes.
want.
Yeah. Irina's riding the wolf. Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to extend the courtesy to somebody if they needed a ride.
Well, I wouldn't ride you even if you let me.
Oh boy, that's a sentence. I wouldn't ride you if you were the last girl on earth. Dang.
I got burned so badly on that one. I will admit to
Oh.
that.
Anyways, so Big Daddy is just the big rock troll, and his head is he's having to stoop just a little bit. No, I take that back. He's just about underneath the big light poles, but he's moving forward, slowly stomping, just behind their delicately dirty barefoot feet is Irina. Behind her, and then all three of you. They're walking calmly forward, like as she has a sense of both peace and menace, but every time like there's one of those klaxons that or lights or sigils that are showing up as she walks by, they just fizzle out temporarily, like as if she carries this anti-magic field or something around her, or some presence. What would you like to do now?
Well, we're almost at weapons, correct?
The weapons doors have closed off, and they're like
The
more
armory's
security.
blocked off.
It blocked off, and now Irina is going the opposite way now instead, towards the exit.
Well,
Like-
it was worth a try.
Too bad we can't blow it up.
Don't give him ideas.
I was trying to give him an idea.
Now that you mention it,
This is a good thing I'm in a wolf form right now because I'm shaking my head.
I don't want to be here when it does blow up, so bye.
Oh, okay. Boogie.
So
They're gonna boogie out towards towards wherever we can get out of here.
you could still hear like there's more. Why don't you all roll me some perception checks to see how well between all the klaxons and echoes of foot soldiers coming in.
I'm
As
still
a
in
wolf, I was going to give you advantage because of the sniffing. But it's only Zathras then that hears a lot of these soldiers, and more importantly, you see this little white glowing thing, almost like a little tiny fairy, just like move from one section to another across your field of view and stand in a corner.
I'm gonna try and like squish it against the wall.
Sure, absolutely. Make an attack roll on it.
With the side of the battle axe, I guess. Let's try not roll a 1 again.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh, now.
The dice giveth, the dice taketh.
That exactly right. Well, you move so quickly. I mean, they tried to do that thing where it evades, but mid slash, you correct and swing to catch it the opposite way, and it cleaves and dissipates. But you also see like there's one or two other ones in the far distances in the rooms. now that you saw this one, and then as you look around, there's one or two in the long hallways. There'll be a couple of them like floating, almost like when you blow those dandelions and those little seeds float up in the
Yeah.
air. It's kind of like that. They move at that pace and like just like that.
Okay. Two things. I'm going to tell the other guys about these things following us, and I'm going to grab the pieces of the one I smushed.
It didn't. It like it evaporated into almost nothingness.
Oh, I'm-
With the natural 22, you with your intelligence,
what
you get a
intelligence?
creepy feeling instead that it angered you because it was being creepy and stalking and watching you. You felt like somebody was intently like glaring at the back of your head, and that's like when you smashed it and you turned around like, who's watching me? And that's when you saw all these other things.
Okay, guys, these things are watching us. They're stalking us. They're following us. They're fill in the blank word, penguin us. I don't know. I don't know words good. There's more back down hallways than in some of the rooms.
And then the loud footsteps, you hear them, and another group of guards and soldiers appears, or you start hearing like five like start running down one of the hallways in front of you and starts coming to attention, and then you hear still a clattering more of another group of five in front, five behind. Big Daddy starts, the group of five start going toward one in front, start going toward Big Daddy and Irina. And how would you like to react? Because there's multiples there. You hear the ones in the front for sure, and you start hearing the ones behind come flanking from behind you guys.
And how many second or how many minutes has it been? Like, was
You've
it
been
us
you've been
walking?
moving here down this hallway. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like for how
About
long?
5-10 minutes since
Okay.
5-10 minutes since from when you ran from the opposite side. Maybe less than that too.
I'm trying to keep a track of the wolf form because it's going to disaparate at some point.
I'm going to distract one of these guard outfits by summoning a wall between them and us.
Preferably the ones
Oh.
behind us.
Yes.
All right. Let's block off the ones from behind.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's a very sturdy, very surprising, and very rocky wall.
Fantastic. Do they have to roll?
No, it exists.
Spell save DC 13.
Ah. A creature that uses its action to examine the image
Right.
gets that. Otherwise, it
Right.
automatically exists.
So, that blocks them, and like, the ones behind, like they come around the corner and you start seeing them down the hallway, running towards you, and then all of a sudden you just put them to the wall, and then you hear them all clamor to a stop. And I will just roll for one. Here we go. What kind of save was it again?
I do believe it's a
spell
spell DC of it's an intelligence investigation check.
Intelligence. Well, I don't have investigation. All I have is intelligence, and I have a +0. So they're like, "There's triple on the line." They're like, and one of the guys says, "Don't touch it." whatever you do, don't touch it. Every time we touch these traps, everything here is trapped. Don't touch it. So you've got a few of them blocked up, leaving 5 of you versus 5 of these guards.
It is a
What's-
concentration spell, though, up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I can't use any other spells, but it's up to 10 minutes, so we got a lot of time.
So the guards are coming towards Big Daddy, correct?
Yeah, and they're gonna start attacking. I'll just go like we'll just do this fuzzy wuzzy for right now because this is I just want to see what.
'Cause
Oh,
I was
boy.
getting-
One of these like starts like coming like going to her attack and he's like, you go get him, and he's like, what, me? No, no. And
He
Big Daddy
drops his
just
spear.
smacks him against the wall and he goes flying. He goes,
So, because I'm in wolf form, I'm going to try to get around Big Daddy and try to
sure, do
growl.
it.
So, what do I roll for that?
Intimidation? Is that what you're trying to do?
I'm
Or are
going
you
around.
actually going to attack them?
I'm going around Big Daddy, and I'm going to growl, basically trying to
Sure.
throw them off. Like, wait, there's something else here. What's going on?
Let me help you out here. Sarah is up your thingy. Intimidation, but if I think, what do you call it? Is it intimidation? It is intimidation, but what's your strength at as a wolf?
I don't know.
Oh, I just asked the question that's going to complicate things. Let's just say +1. So whatever your intimidation is, add a +2 to it. Sorry, I'm going to say +2.
Okay. So just roll it and then just plus to it after it.
Yeah.
Roll.
Oh, look, a puppy.
What's the +3 after all? I just looked it up.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
still
no.
a 9. It's a nice looking puppy.
It's a 6, so it's a 9. You're scary, but Big Daddy is much scarier. Zathras, would you like to do anything?
Yes. I'm going to. I'm not going to go Hulk smash mode because I'm figuring we're going to face something bigger than these soldiers. So I'm just going to chuck a javelin at one.
All right.
Hi-ya!
23.
Hi-ya! 5 piercing.
Yeah. With the 23
Oh.
more, yeah. With the 23, you catch it. Now there's only 3 of them left.
I
And
rolled
3 of
a
them
1.
versus 5 of you. You know, like they start backing up and they start talking into their what you would recognize as talkies, these little rocks that, and they're like, we need backup now. Send him in now. Send him in now. And the radio cuts off as a camera cuts to one of these other guards, and this area lights is fully lit in red, and one of the guards opens up, pushes a button, and is like, damn, this is gonna get messy. And as he pushes the button, like in the background, the doors open up, smoke pours out, and out comes this like massive creature that if this was like, it's inspired on like the Star Wars Rancors. It's just like this big beast / man dinosaur demon thing moving forward, and it's got chains and it's got scars and it's got one eye that's big and big rolled starts moving forward, and you could hear it go just boom, stomp, 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 stomp. Cut to back to where you guys are at, and you could hear in the far distance up ahead the stomping of something big coming. What would you like to do?
Not as Zathras, but as Steven, I'm thinking this would be a really good time to take off Irina's head because Big Daddy's distracted. But no, I'm not going to think that way.
Because I'm in wolf form, I'm going to nudge one of the rocks to Wisterian.
Okay. You're gonna nudge a rock to Wisterian.
One of the walkie rocks to Wisterian.
Okay, that happens.
Pick up the rock. Roll deception. We got an attack on section 4. We got an attack on section 4. Requesting reinforcements.
Roll me a deception.
I like that.
Where's deception? Not that bad.
As you're saying that, you hear section 4. Who is this? What's your call sign? And
Then I
as-
blast the monitors.
And as
It was a boring
and as that
conversation anyway.
happens- And as that happens, this door, the front, one of the walls along the hallway that's made of steel bursts open, pipes, steam comes out, debris and little bits of rock, and now and with the backlit lights, and here's this monstrous rancor thing. The camera zooms in from it's for sure now blocking between you and the exit, continuing the hallway to the exits. It bursts in through one of the walls, and there's now a hole in the wall, and it's still like catching itself. It's getting reorientating itself as it's shaking its head. You can see like the little ball, cyclops ballish look land squarely on all of you. And it lets out like this with this toothy maw, this jagged mouth opens with like sharp yellowish teeth and spit of saliva and like black ichor in between all the tooth bits. Just and it starts like pouncing forward, 4 arms forward, the 2 in the back, forward, like an animal moving forward, like a dire wolf does, but much bigger.
I'm going to make a comment.
A little bit.
Irina, they brought you another mind to control.
And as you look at her and her, like her face is like for the first time ever, like her hair parts, and you can see her face, and her eyes are almost like blinded white, but she has this look of actual fear as she's backing away from this thing and shaking her head. And Big Daddy is just like trying to put himself in between him and this thing coming up.
Oh well, that was a good idea anyway. The alternate, there is an alternate solution though. He has one eye. If he doesn't have that eye, then he might not be able to see us. So I'm going to try and put a pointy stick in his eye.
Well, it's coming and moving forward. You start getting ready and prepared. Why don't we cut to break here?
Now you want the break. Okay.
Yep. Let's have a donut break, everybody. I really need myself something. So pick me
Or
up.
25? Sorry, at 25 past, come back.
Yeah, we'll
7
come
minutes?
back at 25 past. If you're in one of those half time zones, well, do your math. Otherwise, we'll see you in about
But it's not
7-ish
Common Core
minutes.
math.
What?
Donuts is
Common Core math.
Yes. Okay, where's the... Oh, here's the break room. Bye-bye. So anyway, as I was saying, back during the week, I was actually singing a lullaby to Sarah, and all of a sudden I hear somebody going, "What the fuck?" And I turn and I see Mrs. Wooster just staring at me from over the door, like going like eyes just open and head tilted, like what the hell is going on around here? And I'm here singing a lullaby to Sarah, and it's on my clock it's about 7:20 in the morning, and for Sarah that is like midnight-ish. So
Wow.
Because Booster knows I'm having issues sleeping. So it
Oh,
has
boy.
become a little inside joke on his streams that I will say, can you sing me a lullaby? Or he'll offer to sing me a lullaby to get me to go to sleep.
In what language are you singing the lullaby?
In his.
in mine, yeah. So it's in my language. But the funny thing was that was the only time anyone has ever had Mrs. Wooster on any stream. She has been very careful not to get caught, but this time she was just so confused and perplexed that she forgot all about keeping silent.
Oh boy.
And I'm like,
Oh
oh,
boy.
hi.
So now she has to be on the stream all the time now, right?
No.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
She's broken the mold.
Oh, Zoe the
See
Kane
what
is
I did to
loving it.
people? Yes.
Our group or my story or both?
You actually come back live telling the story.
Yes.
Froggy, yes.
It has to be the story.
If you go to watch my show, it should be in one of the Rimworld shows. I think it was Thursday's show.
No, it wasn't Thursday's show. Was it
Friday?
Thursday's show?
I think it was either
will-
Friday or Thursday show.
If you want, I could go back and get the clip.
It's not necessarily now, but yeah. that
No,
would be nice.
later. Later, I can go get the clip.
Yeah.
So I'm just setting up the fight. Otherwise, we could, if you want to set up the battle map, it would be cool for that.
Ooh, battle map.
The
Ooh.
story, I can imagine that happening.
Oh, I remember this map.
That is because it did happen, and there is video and audio proof of it. You can't see misses on the video, but you can see me reacting to the misses. Because one thing I'm pretty sure she will never do is to actually get caught on camera. So
You said she would never make sound on camera, so things
Yeah.
can happen.
Okay, we can officially say I am the guilty party on this.
allegedly,
Because if I didn't ask for that lullaby, it wouldn't have happened.
well, since Carlos is not yet done with the combat preparation, you guys want to hear a
Almost there.
lullaby?
I'd rather stay awake, actually.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go. Do you have the battle map ready to go?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, you see it. Okay.
But I don't see it on the stream.
That's because I have not yet done that. Boom. There we go.
He's not there yet, guys.
Sense of deja vu. I've seen this map before.
Perfect.
What?
Yeah.
Lies,
I mean,
Lies
and literally
lies
since
and
it was
Auslander.
a deja vu map.
This is the first
This is
time I've
where all
seen
the
this
deja
map.
vu has happened.
Yep, there was a bunch of orbs getting broken, and yeah,
I have never seen this map before.
and Zinni's corpse.
Oh, that's right. This is the first. Since I've known you guys, this is the first time I've really been playing with Roll20. So yeah. Crash course.
Woohoo!
And I think we can do this a little bit old school.
Zoe is
So
also enjoying the streaming. That's good. That's good.
Yes. Oh, he had to pull the book.
well, I mean, we are literally. I mean, this is we're new at this. I'm pulling this out of my butt today. Combat
You
combat
got,
ready to go.
you got
So-
at least 5 minutes notice.
Not really. He didn't even get his coffee ready.
Oh, here we go. I know exactly what to do. Hang on, just one last search.
So nobody's asking for
Yes.
the lullaby, so
You can go ahead and do the lullaby.
I want to
but
stay awake. I'm tired enough as it is.
He's gonna sing it in his own language, so it's gonna keep you awake. 'Cause you
No.
won't understand it.
I actually added that as one of the stream rewards
So
on my
Zoe's
stream.
asking. Zoe is asking for the lullaby.
Oh, also,
Oh, Froggy found it.
Froggy found the clip.
Yay!
Okay, cool. Anyway, by the way, thank you Lilyblood55 and Scarlet Cat 09 for the follows. We appreciate that, and we are a bit late at announcing those.
There we go. Boom. Ready to go. All right.
Okay, so no lullaby. We're gonna have to save that for the end of the stream, so you can go to sleep after we're done here.
Sorry. All
You
right.
can put yourself to sleep, Booster.
Oh no, I don't need any help on that.
Let's roll some initiatives.
Initiatives. Oh no.
That's intelligence, not initiative. That's initiative.
I rolled it. Where did it go? Oh.
And
Not
let's
stepping in
roll,
that. I'm not stepping in that one comment.
and let's roll for Irina as well. Irina, and we're
Oh,
gonna
hey,
call her.
initiative. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, Sarah's going last.
That's fine. I'm in doggy form. Don't mind the dog.
Not just walk up to the monster and go bite me. No, I'm gonna bite you first.
Okay, so this is always the hard part.
Actually, is
first?
it human or animal? I'm wondering.
Say again.
The Rancor thing, is it humanoid or
It's a
animal?
humanoid. It's an aberration.
Okay.
Technically, it's an aberration and would count if anybody has against good and evil. This would definitely count against that. All right, so he goes first. Sarah's at wow. Wait,
We're okay. I'm the cute little puppy dog of the group right now.
so let's see. Rancor.
Okay, I put a 13 in my green circle. I don't know if that helps anything.
Rancor.
And
Xanthras.
Booster has a 6. And Maya has a 4. I have no idea if this is the initiative circle or not. Was the orc chief the
Yeah,
rock
Rancor.
monster? Oh, okay.
I'm just using a that as a base because it helps. Okay, so he starts moving forward and he starts moving forward towards we just put it technically moving forward. He is over here. He starts moving in this direction, and pushes the orc out of the way and tries to get to Irina as well, and starts trying to get to her. And yeah, he's definitely between all of you, isn't he? Let's do a force versus force.
Use the force, Luke.
All right. So this first roll is the Rancor. 19. This is Big Daddy. 13. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So pushes him out of the way onto his back as his first action. And what else can I do? How many actions? Just one. And pushes it out of the way and is just trying to hold him down. Next up is Xanthros. What would you like to do?
Hmm. I was thinking, am I in melee range or am I out of melee range?
You're out of melee range.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to try and poke him in the eye with a javelin.
To roll with the eye, it's going to be disadvantage because he's moving quickly and
Not just a higher AC, but okay.
yeah.
Pity, but okay, I'll just try and roll high then. Oh, sorry. First bonus action. Bro wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Rage.
Okay.
Boop. And then javelin. Boop. Okay, disadvantage really hurt me.
And it does.
Didn't do much. Roll for your attack.
And this would be add 2 to this. So 10 piercing.
In person. All right. So
Yuck.
you definitely hit him in the eye, or you're like waiting to get him at just the right moment, but it's big, and you definitely poke him, and like this leathery comes down as like you pop it out. It it reaches out. Do you want to hang on to the javelin?
No, I threw it.
He threw it. All right. So
Yeah.
then he
I was out of melee range, so I had to throw
got
it.
it. Right. He picks it up and grabs it, and it's just like screaming, and it hurts, and it's like trying to blinky now. It caught him at a section where it's making it harder for him to hit, for him to see and to attack, but good hit. It's going to be, let's see, 8 times. All right, so some damage. Next is that let's see, you've raged, you attacked. Anything else?
I could move, and I will stay out of his melee range and move over here. I have no idea what the distances are on this map.
Well, Irina is going to back up more, and she's going to hold her head and shake, and at the same time, you see the troll rolling, shaking. He's going to try to get up because this thing was on top of him, pinning him down. When you hit him, he's got a better opportunity to get off now. So he's going to strength versus strength. This first one is Big Daddy trying to push this guy off of him with a 17, and this is the Rancor fighting it. Now he's still on top, holding it down. His foot is stomped and holding him at bay while he's just like struggling. And now it's Wooster and Maya's turn.
The dwarf is gonna step forward, grab the girl to take her out of melee range.
Okay. Absolutely.
Grab. Move. Why did I get a Scottish accent? I don't know. Probably
I don't
reflex.
know.
A Scottish dwarf.
The Scottish dwarf.
Where
just
would you
came out.
like to move her to?
I was thinking about moving her over here on my other side.
Okay. Sure. You want to send her back even further?
Oh, no, I don't have that kind of strength.
Okay.
I don't have that kind of reach.
No, but you can move.
True, I can move.
But you are still concentrating on a wall, don't forget.
Yes, I am. That's why
Anything
I
else
didn't
you
use
would
any
like
of
to
my
do?
spells. But I do believe that is my action.
All right. Maya. Oh, would you like to be in wolf form?
I'm still in wolf form. I actually had to make sure the timer is still good.
Yes.
So
no,
at
the
some
timer
point,
is.
Yeah, so at some point in this match, depending on how long it takes, I might be switching in between it.
Well, I meant like, let me actually literally give you a wolf. Because I could do that.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Here you go. Boom. And you're a little bit bigger. So. And we'll do this. And your color is blue, right?
It's
Yes.
also yeah.
Here, we'll move you out of the way and put him there. There we go.
Control
Oops, that's
by
what's
Alt
there.
arrows.
I went off the map. Nobody sees me anymore. Grab this.
Knack, 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 knack. Yes, we are professionals here. Well prepared.
You said blue. Ta-da! Improvisation.
And there you
Done
go.
and done.
Rawr.
Sorry, open.
What was your initiative?
I'm gonna do something extremely foolish.
Yes, I love this.
I'm going to do
Foolish is good.
something. I'm actually going to run and go underneath this monster and do a scratch down its stomach.
Ooh. Yeah. This would be considered an attack?
Yes.
Yes.
Do it. Love it. Very cinematic.
If I know how to pull that. Actually, I don't have any of the rules for wolf.
Okay, let
Right
me
off the bat.
hang on a
Actually,
second.
go to the penguin and the fish.
That doesn't help me. with wolf.
Go to the
Here,
compendium
I'm gonna
and
show
put
it
up
to
dire
everyone right
wolf.
Yeah.
now. Here. There's a
There's-
there it is. I've just showed it to everybody.
Woohoo.
You should have it as where you selected your player.
17, dex 15.
It's
con.
got basically a bite attack, so there you go.
Yeah, John must be
Oh,
so
sh-
offended.
So
Like
just
a
hit the.
Scottish accent.
Could I just click right off from the bite? Would that roll
Sure.
it or no? Okay.
Yeah.
Nope, not.
No. Did you can you see how this thing is on your character selection sheet?
Oh, now it came up.
Huh?
Just popped up on my screen.
Okay, good.
Above the dire wolf.
The bite attack 25 was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I didn't roll it.
That
Oh,
was
that was-
my natural
oh.
20.
I'm not sure what the N1 VGMPPF, whatever the gibberish serotype was, though.
No, I clicked right off of that bite to see if it would let me roll it from there, but it doesn't.
I
No.
mean, my damage would be +7 +8 piercing. I'm gonna take my results.
Yeah, we'll take your results because I don't know how to do that,
Okay.
but that's up to you.
This is fine. This is good because I mean I rolled a natural 20. It's your character doing it, and it was super badass anyways because you were like all sliding underneath it, big old scratch.
And it needs to make
That
a
is-
saving throw.
That is
PC
I mean
13
you just
strength check.
hit his nuts, so yeah. I mean that's gonna be like, oh my nuts. Let's.
Here, I'm trying to put you underneath. There you are. You're underneath him now.
If anybody knows me from 7 Days to Die, where I normally
23.
hit.
So he's not knocked prone. Okay.
No.
Yeah, apparently this one is how do you call it? One with with things made out of brass.
Oh, ears. Yes, brass ears.
Yes.
Braziers. That's it.
Brass ears.
Yeah, yeah. They hold your huge tracts of land in front of you. Your brass ears.
All right. Well, now it's the Rancor's turn. By the way, Maya, do you still see the direwolf thing?
No, I do not.
I do. It
Huh.
keeps popping up again and again.
Yeah.
It went off my screen again.
Are you
Okay.
on roll 20?
It should. Oh, wow.
Okay, there it is. Yes, it popped up what the dire wolf is, bio and information.
Okay, good. I pushed the button like 10 times. It's fine. Mystery solved. Good. Next up. Okay, so Orc's turn. He's still like reeling from all these attacks, and Zathras,
It's
you-
your turn.
it's going to try to throw your javelin back at you.
He's
Okay.
going to return the favor.
Sorry, it's the ranged attack, which is the same thing.
Missed by one.
Missed. There we go. That's the right one. It's the same thing. It
Missed
doesn't
by
matter.
more.
No, it doesn't matter. It threw the thing. It threw it. Went at you, and that's its. It that attacked, and next is going to try to look around, and it still sees that he's standing on top of Big Daddy, and he's gonna just go to town with his claws on Big Daddy. Except it's gonna say Great Axe, but it's big old claws. 23. Yeah, that hurts. That hits for a total of 14. His claws hit, reach in, and like this big scratch, and his big meaty sharp claws, a bunch of stones, flesh starts ripping out, and you hear like steel against stone, and blood starts coming out for a total of 14 damage off of this massive hit. Next up is Xanthras. What would you like to do?
How do you do the measurement thing, or is it because there's no squares you can't do that?
Could be. I mean, there's technically squares, you just don't see them, maybe?
They're very faint on the screen.
Yeah, but how? Yeah, how do you do that?
On the left side, you have the little underneath the magnifying glass. There is the measurement thing. Click on that on the left side, the tools options.
Okay. Well, okay. In which case, I'm gonna go behind him, just in case somebody else get advantage from attacking somebody who. Oops, now I can't move. There we go.
Oh, what's this?
And say, here, have an axe. You won't be able to throw this back at me. And hit him with the battle axe.
You're with the advantage because
there is a big nasty.
But I don't have
daddy.
that skill. Like
you're flanking him. It's fine. You're flanking him. It's fine.
18.
Game master is giving you advantage out of the kindness
18.
of his
That
heart.
hits. Yeah, that hits.
12 plus 2 is 14.
14. 14. Got it. All right, now it's Big Daddy's turn, and Big Daddy and Irina, both of them are going to try to, you can see she's trying to struggle as she's trying to help mind control with Big Daddy to try to push off. This first roll is his, trying to get up. And this is the Rancor's trying to keep him down still with his foot. Big Daddy is finally able to like work himself up and is no longer stepped on. However, I mean, at this point, this Rancor has a whole bunch of shit going on, so it was a big struggle for him too, and you can see that this is going to be an even match. All right, next up, it took his entire turn to get up from that grapple. Irina, Xanthras, Irina, Wisteria, and then Maya.
So, alright, time to get serious. I'm going to cast a fireball.
Then your wall's going away.
No, it's not. This is an instantaneous spell. I can't cast another concentration spell, but I can cast an instantaneous spell or a spell without concentration as duration. Only one concentration spell can be active at any given time.
Got a good question because I'm underneath that Rancor thing.
It's not a fireball, it's a firebolt.
Yeah, single target only. So all I need to do is to hit it with an attack.
I don't need to smell my own fur. Thank you very much.
That come through.
I'm seeing a whole whole bunch of people appearing on the bottom of the map.
I want to run the
Hey,
surprise,
points
bro.
of damage.
By the way, Wooster, what is this thing up here?
3 points of damage.
What is this thing up where?
Yeah, it's gone. It's
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. Maybe I dropped it by accident. Okay, Woosterian. You hit it and it's on fire?
Yeah,
Well, if it's wearing something that is flammable, then yes.
In its fur.
flammable
it doesn't light-
things
it
are
doesn't light
set
the
on
fire.
fire at a discretion of the game master.
No, you hit it with this flame attack and it.
Usually creatures don't get set on fire on their own.
No. No, but it definitely hurts him. And he is susceptible to magical attacks as an extra damage, so that hurts him even more. So there we go. Maya, it is now your turn.
Well, I'm still underneath him. So I'm going to go again and attack underneath.
Go for it. How many attacks do you get, by the way, as a direwolf?
Like I said, I don't have any
Did
of
it
that
say on the-
information
did
in
it
front
say
of
on
me.
the
And
thing?
Probably just a 1 on level 3 anyway.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a bite attack.
yeah, it's just a bite attack.
All right, go for it.
Well,
We'll call it a scratch attack as well, because you're just using your claws and also it's
I'm on
gonna
my,
have
I'm literally on my back doing this. So
Going all cat on him.
feet up like a cat too, with the feet and the claws.
again, how do I do this?
You want me to
Yeah.
bring the thing up one more time?
Well, I can't click on the bio and information. Like I can't get that information to go over
Oh,
for
really?
me. No.
Me either. I can see when it pops up, but there's nothing
Yeah.
to click on.
Well, you could either. Would you like me to roll it for you, or would you like to do a roll 20 and then we could add all that stuff to it?
Yeah, I'll just do a natural roll 20 and then you can go.
Okay,
for it.
it's
Perfect,
plus,
let's call it
it's
that,
plus
yeah.
5 to hit.
I like it
2d6
when the
plus 3 damage.
characters roll for themselves. I don't like rolling for you guys.
7 plus 5 is 12.
Yeah. Against this thing though, it's not that much.
You do get the advantage.
Yes.
Roll again.
So roll again.
Now that's more like it.
23.
Okay, yeah, that definitely hits. All right. Roll it.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 3. Wasn't it? Yeah, 2d6
Yeah.
plus 3. Nine damage.
9. Oh, his belly is. That whole area is starting to look not good. And I believe he has to roll a strength saving save to not do something or other.
He's
Or
knocked
fall prone. I believe it was.
Yes.
And
It actually, that's for saving throws or to be knocked prone.
yeah,
Yeah.
DC 13, I do believe, and I don't think
You
6 is
whatever
enough.
Given where you are standing, maybe you got him in the
Laning, you
balls.
mean?
yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm
Lane.
saying.
Oh,
So let me indicate that he is prone. Yeah, whatever. He's prone. There's a little simple. This is dumb. Whatever. He's prone now. So all melee attacks against him are with advantage again. And
Too bad you can't get double advantage.
yeah, too bad he can't get that.
roll 3d20.
All right. But now that it's top of the round,
You can get back up again.
these guards start showing up from behind you guys.
So the
behind us.
wall went away.
Yeah. They
Oh.
figured it out. It was only a matter of time. And
Well,
besides, there's more guards coming anyways. Like I said,
So
they're
it's just-
they're trying to stop you guys from advancing forward. After this, you probably have a straight shot ahead.
so
The
are
exit,
these
being
minions?
this way.
You also said there was like a 10-minute on that illusion, right?
Yes.
An hour actually.
But it doesn't have to.
No, you're right. It was 10 minutes, but yeah.
I mean, it only took him all they
Yeah.
had to do was literally touch him. Like, okay, yeah, I know he was ruined. Well, don't touch it. But other guys came in. At some point, the narration demands that more characters interact here because this is the big final fight, and I throw a lot at you guys. Fuck with you. That's on my style. So, and then the Rancor is on its back. It's going to try to it's going to attempt to stand up. In doing so, you all could take an opportunity attack on him trying to get while he gets up.
Ooh,
If you so choose. And then it's going to bite back at whatever fucking hits him.
well, then maybe I don't
Well,
want to know.
I'm actually underneath him, so I am literally vulnerable.
Well, you knocked him prone, so you probably knocked him off of you.
Yeah.
He
No, I
probably
slid-
toppled down next to you.
Yeah, I slid underneath him to do everything, so.
Well,
Would-
I'm gonna take the opportunity attack anyway.
That's gonna hit.
18 or
That
21.
hits.
Click on
That
the
hits.
battle axe. Oh, whoa.
7 plus 2 is 9 damage.
Okay, I'm gonna actually bite at one of his legs to make sure he doesn't get up.
Okay.
Hopefully you roll better the second time.
He
No,
saw
no.
you. I mean, you're causing him to fall, and he's very keenly aware of who you are. And again, it's like acting like this vicious animal. Very thick legs. You just somehow made him, caught
Sarah,
him really off
What?
guard.
roll another one.
Thank you.
Advantage. The second one seems to be the charm.
Fuck a duck.
I'd rather not, but okay. Now roll your
2d6
plus
plus
3.
3.
And back proning he goes.
And
DC 15.
it hurts, and it hurts, and he's trying, but he gets up and 13. What was that?
Brent.
Sarah's attack. And anybody else wanna hit him?
I'm not in melee range.
Rocky
Okay.
Man.
Well,
Big Daddy.
he's not happy, so he's definitely gonna try to attack this wolf who's just like fucking him up. So,
No, what about Big Daddy attacking him?
oh yeah, let's do a big old attack from Big Daddy.
Natural 1 hits Sarah on the head.
I'm for this. Yes, let's do this. Let's go to great.
If it happens, Booster, we're gonna have an issue later on.
Yeah, it's not me. In the melee.
21.
That's not exactly a natural 1.
Well, there's a 1 in
10.
there.
I'm gonna hit you.
So, all right, he hits 10. He is going to attack now. That was Big Daddy's attack on him.
Yes.
Okay, now it's Rancor's attack against Sarah because she's a wolf, and this is pissing him off. 16. And as a dire wolf, your armor class is 14. You get hit for 14.
I get hit for 14.
Bringing your health down from 37 minus 14, whatever that comes out to.
23.
Yeah.
Okay. Rancor, Xanthor, it is your turn.
Xanthor? Ooh, I got a new
I'm
name.
sorry, Xanthra. Xanthos. Why did I say that? Fucking
Rancor
and-
Xanthor.
Ugh.
By the power of Grabthor. No. Xanthor. All right.
Sorry.
Well, I'll give him another accident again. Oh, 26.
Oh, this is terrible. Ugh. All the
So
damage.
what does that do to the damage?
It doubles it. So
No,
you see it's 12
it
plus
gives you
5.
another roll. So you rolled a 12 and a 5, and you get the plus 2 on
the
top
plus-
of those.
The plus 2 only happens on one of them, I presume.
Yeah, the
So
plus
17,
2 only
19
happens once. So
yeah. So 19.
19. Yeah, because it's a +2. All right.
For the rage.
Wowzers, that hurts. It's definitely starting to feel the effect. You guys are damaging a lot. It's still standing, and now there's more of these things coming. Let's see.
Mysterian,
This
look
is
behind you.
Rancor, Xanthras,
Or what's our
Irina.
problem?
Big Daddy is going to throw his 2. And I was gonna do this 1 attack. He only does. I missed an attack. It's fine. It's fine. It happens. It happens.
You can take it now.
You
Yeah,
take
we
it
can
now.
take it now. But it's not gonna be against you now. It's gonna be against Big Daddy, and it hits Big Daddy. Fine. So now, because he threw an attack at the wolf and hit, and then he's gonna throw an attack at Big Daddy, and now Big Daddy's gonna attack back, and they hit each other for 14. Moving on. We have so these two are like starting now, like beat each other. Big Daddy's like he's furious. Stay down. Protect. And meanwhile in the background these guards are clattering up. You can hear them clearly coming up, and they're now coming into where everybody's at and seeing what's happening. But it's still not their turn because it is now Wooster's and Maya's turn. What would you like to do?
So, this is what's going to happen. Who's just gonna point his arm towards the big giant Rancor. From his bracer, there's going to pop up this little thing, and it's going to shoot a bunch of arrows. One directly towards the Rancor, and the other 3 doing a 180 and hitting the 3 guys behind him.
All right.
AKA magic missile.
Yep.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna do Rancor.
So they automatically hit. So
Yeah, there's no question about it. And
Yeah.
oh, that's full damage. And then behind me, 1, 2, and 3. All the
okay, they all did the same.
Yeah.
There you go. The guys that came in from behind, they're starting to get ready, and they see these things coming at them, and they're gone. They knocked them out. They're out of the picture temporarily. There will be more, as you know my style. There will be more minions that all you gotta do is just tap them lightly and they die. But more of them will come.
But yeah, Rancor took 5 more points of damage.
Yes. Okay. And top of the round. No, Maya's turn.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
I am actually going to attack back.
You're gonna try to attack its back. Don't attack its back.
No. I'm attacking it again. It hit me. I'm gonna hit it back. Come on.
Yes.
I'll be back. I mean, I'll hit its back. No, I'll be back.
So you get a +5 to this.
Roll your
So I
1d20.
rolled it.
18.
13. 18. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, it doesn't matter what the other roll would have been. 2d6 plus 3. Oh, it could be a
Hey.
20. You're right.
Yeah. Always roll both of them when you have advantage, because it can always be a 20.
Well, I
Yeah.
also have a pack attack tactics too. So the wolf has advantage on attack rolls against creatures of at least one
Yeah.
of the wolf's allies are in 5 feet of the creature.
What we were saying is roll your d20 one more time.
Yes, because you could theoretically get a 20 and do double damage.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I did not,
Okay,
but
yeah.
still,
11 damage.
that is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage, and it's close. It's still it's hanging on to its last legs. Maybe I don't think it'll last maybe more than one more round. By the looks of it, it's desperate death throes at this point. It's going to first off, it's going to make this loud roar and turn around at you and do both swiping attacks at you, just pissed. And then, from the top, 3 more minions show up over here. So as it starts rolling, more and more start coming in from the top. As it claxons again, camera is like zooming in. It's all shaky camera now as it's moving around this thing. It's being desperate. The background soldiers are coming in. Claxons are going off everywhere. Lights are flickering on and off. Red, red, red. Everything looks all chaotic and badass. Smoke's coming out. The music is swirling. It turns around and faces down against this wolf, and it's just gonna attack with 2 big swiping attacks. All
Oh.
right.
There was a slight glitch there on the when I did the 12 plus 5. That was just the basic my attack. That wasn't doubled.
No, the
Yeah.
+5
No,
in
no.
that
Savage
is-
attacks, I get an extra damage.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and-
yeah. Okay, roll me one more then. Roll me one
So-
more.
Well, it's doubled, right? So it's just 17
No,
times.
it's the dice is double. Like you add another, you roll another dice.
Okay. Look that again. I don't know if I can think. Okay.
So
11.
basically, it would be another plus 11. It would be another +7. It would be another +7 damage. Okay, it's close.
Oh, the second one. Okay.
Yeah. You basically roll the 7 on the die, and then you add the 4. So you get we had already added the +4, so you don't get that. All right. Moving on. These 2 attacks. 14 hits the dire wolf, and so does 19 because its armor class is 14. So we're gonna hit you twice for 14 and 14. 37. What's 14? You were 37, so
You're at -1.
-1.
Well, it's yeah.
So it's just like smacking you, and this third smack, the camera like hits you, and you roll cinematically, and when you land, you're no longer a wolf. You're not just like a human girl. A human girl? No.
I'm a Dwyer. Drow.
A Dwyer elf.
Dwyer elf.
Yes.
So yeah,
I'm a drow.
While you're
man.
transforming back, you're a Dwyer elf.
Yeah. There we go. That's it.
Or a dark wolf.
So you are no longer there, and in place you are. You got slapped.
Here you go.
And let me do it. Let me put it back on it. So this goes away, and I'm over here hanging out on the floor.
That's fine. That's a good spot for you to be landed at. Fantastic. All right. Next up is Xanthros, and then Big Daddy.
Well, I've got 3 Gumbies coming from behind me, but I don't even know if that's actually happened yet or not.
Yeah, you can hear them. They're
Okay.
yes. You are aware. The camera's aware. You are aware.
I'm going to stay in his melee range so he doesn't get an attack of opportunity, but I'm going to move over here and attack him.
All right. That loses the flanking
Isn't-
bonus.
yeah.
Isn't this guy still here?
Don't
This guy's
worry
still in
about
range?
those
You have
guys.
to be
They don't
directly
get back
opposite of them.
before me. So if you just stay there and keep on beating, it's all okay.
All right. I'll
So you have
stay
to be
here and keep
directly
on-
opposite of him. So you could either
Okay.
hit and then move, or
Okay, good point. Yes, I'll do the hit first. Oh, these complicated things. I don't want-
I'm just saying,
12.
you can tank them easily
No.
enough. You have taken 0 damage and you only take
Yes.
half anyway. So
Yeah, so okay. And
so
Yeah.
I don't think any of
I'll
those
just stay where I
hits.
am.
okay.
No, I don't think.
Next up is Big Daddy, who's going to take who's going to do his attacks on him and probably just beat him down mercilessly for everything else.
Or not.
No,
No.
Or not.
24 I do believe hits.
I mean, he's
Good point. Good point. Advantage.
I'm
Statras
gonna
is still on the other side.
say no. No, I'm gonna say yes. Fair is fair, Carlos. Fair is fair. All right.
I
Actually,
mean, you
shouldn't
can
put that. It was
always
just
just
it was just
dictate
14.
that he's absolutely paying no attention to Zathras, and because Zathras didn't hit at all.
You didn't even notice I was there. No flanking.
That hurts him a lot. That's a 14. And it's barely hanging on to life. Barely. As Big Dad is just punching, pulling, you can see it reeling back, and it's like his toothy maws, broken teeth are still like kind of half broken, and it's being desperately like striking out and wildly punch drunk, wildly flaying. It is Wooster's and Maya's turn. What would you
Magic
like to
missile,
do?
you know the drill. The other arm, the other missile. So here we go, and that is for the Rancor, and the rest just hit the 3 guys on the other side.
And it hits the Rancor on one of them on the way to it, and the other 3 guys on the other side fall. You know, they get hit, and you can hear Wilhelm screams from the background. He's still standing, barely standing. Maya, it's up to you.
It reverts me back into my human form. Yes, I got thrown, but I'm still conscious. So
Yeah, for sure, you're conscious. Yes.
I'm going to slide back in, but use poison spray.
Do it. Yes. How's that work?
It's an attack roll, I believe.
It's still an attack roll. Where's my attack roll button?
You would click on poison spray, probably.
I don't think she's prepared a poison
There it
spray
is.
attack.
No,
though.
I do have poison spray. It's an
But-
automatic thing.
Yeah, but you haven't prepared this as a macro. That's what I mean.
So
I did.
Yeah, she does, and she rolled it.
I just rolled it.
Right.
You extend your hand towards a creature you can see within range, which is your range, 10 feet.
Ah,
you have to move.
They
you
have to
move
save. You
closer
don't need to
first.
hit them. They have to save
Nice.
against. So
They have
Yeah,
to save,
You'll
okay.
have to move closer first, though.
DC
And I'm trying
13.
to see.
So yeah.
What?
No, well, she
Consti-
is already close,
Constitution?
isn't she?
She's not within 10 feet.
Well, she moves in and does
Yeah.
it, and he fucking fails.
Apparently.
How would you like to do this? How would you like to get the killing blow? He just beat you out of wolf form, slammed you against the wall. You come back. Camera zooms in on you, your determined face as you prepare the spray.
I'm gonna slide in underneath him and blow it right into his face.
Get him right in the
Fantastic.
eye. Get him right in the eye.
Slow motion comes in. You extend it and like this swirl comes straight into the camera. Cut to it going into his face. Cut to the side of you where it's just pure silhouette. It's just a puff of spray of green smoke. Everything's black and white except for the greenish smoke and spray that's coming at him. And he rears back, his eyes blind, and just staggers backward wildly, slams against the wall, slams against something other, and it's still just like clutching. And as he's saying, you can hear is like slams loudly with the thunk that just a little bit shakes the floor as he lies there in a bubbling putrid mess of its own bile that's coming out of its both his mouth, his ear, his eye wound, his ears, and all the wounds, especially in his nads where you were just like clawing. This black ooze is coming out. The claxons are still going.
Okay.
This
Is
No
this
time
the
for
exit over
dilly
here?
dally. Let's move.
Is this the exit over here, or is it up by where the guys came in?
it's up by where those guys were.
Okay.
You can take it off of the battle map now. It is no longer necessary.
Back to the normal mode. We go. Pop.
The camera cuts to you, all of you moving in slow motion, a look of both horror and a little bit of triumph as you slowly look backwards at the mess that you're leaving behind. Claxons, brrr,
Oh, we're doing slow motion, the $6 million man thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And in front of you, the little tunnel that you're going to, right. By this time, it's morning, it's dawnish. It's almost 6 a.m. I mean, you've been at this, it feels like the entire night that you've
We
been at this
have
because
been.
it's now sun is rising and there's a like a where the tunnel ends you can see light approaching. Camera cuts back to you guys again as the light is hitting your face and as you're moving towards it. Once again, cut back to the light as you pass through it, and that white light envelops everything. Cut to no, dissolve to new location.
Yeah,
It dissolves from the bright white to
I can see like the little I can see the light getting brighter and these silhouettes of us running towards the light. All 6 of us just running, and the light gets brighter, slowly swallowing all, becoming pure white screen just for a moment. And then
yes, and
next
when you
scene.
dissolve, fantastic. And when you dissolve the not so much the six wolf would have been 5 of you, but now it's just up to the 3 of you seen in front of a wooden table decorated. This room is definitely not the prison you were at. You're now somewhere safe, well lit, bright, warm. There's drapestry, there's these things, and you see that same mistress that had given you the mission in front of you now as well. Debrief time.
you were doing
And so
some
after
weird
you
shit
left,
there.
you did much. Let me get into this. Hang on one second. That was fantastic, bringing Irina back towards us. She's an interesting asset. Your report is very thorough. We are quite impressed. I've read through it all, but I'd like to hear it in your words. What did you, what was, what do you see the threat from this point forward? I will take your advisement as to what we should do about this situation.
Sorry, I just got a sword that I didn't have before. Woohoo. I think that place should be burnt to the ground. They're doing experiments on non-voluntary people, and
But they're
there's
prisoners. They're there for a reason. They're dangerous criminals.
they not necessarily all of them.
We
We were
have,
there, and we weren't criminals.
you were there on a special mission. This new person, Wisterian, however, unlikely ally. How do you feel about him?
I'm just asking, does someone else's bad deeds justify yours?
Do I see what? Who's talking?
Well, I don't know. That's not a question for me to answer. I'm asking for advice. Xanthras wants to burn everybody alive. The
No, I
guilty
just
and
said
the
burn the
innocent.
place to the ground, not
Yeah.
the people.
What should be done is you should reassess everybody that is actually there, because it sounds like they took anybody and came up with an excuse to have them there.
The perpetrators. What did you find about them? Sorry, it's a hard word.
We step perpetrators.
The the drow that I spoke to, my own race. Some of them weren't there for the crime that should have kept them there. So they were using them for experiments whenever they came around.
Are they bringing
had
in
something
anybody then?
It looks like it.
Yeah. I was taking it in for stealing from Carlos.
Hmm. So there's corruption in the system then.
The biggest thing you might have to worry about is Exxon. They seem to be behind all these experiments.
Hmm.
Yeah. Wasn't it
As you've
some sort of
mentioned.
demon lord?
The
Well,
maps, even the maps we gave, they hadn't divulged any of that to you guys either. They hid half of the catacombs. They said they were closed off or hidden, inaccessible basically, and there weren't. They could get to them.
did you see any identifying marks? How can we figure out who is part of this Exxon group and who is not?
They were using some sort of logo. Here. Here's a drawing of one.
Describe it.
It's been 3 weeks since I.
It's
It's an X.
it's an X, yeah. I mean, I think we figured out that it was like a special X.
I remember
She
there
looks
was a description.
Yeah,
of
you're
it.
right. It's
That's-
all playing back. All coming back to me. All come. Yeah.
I think it was double X. Like
That's exactly
No,
what it was. Two X's.
Yeah, two X's.
It was
for
2 X's or 3
EXXO on.
X's. Yeah.
Superimposed on top of each other. Superimposed them. It is now. It's canon now because basically the CGI crew is just gonna fill it in whenever, So
they're just gonna go back and raster.
Yeah,
hash the
they'll-
previous-
So, and like there you
they'll
go.
fix the previous.
They're going to
you know.
cut out what we're saying and just put it in.
Absolutely,
For us,
cut-
yeah.
We're none of this
We're
recap.
going to be releasing the
two.
remastered versions with digital enhancements.
Fantastic. Well, she takes it and she's like, yes. And then with that, like she crumbles up the thing. And then when she releases her hand, it's just a puff of smoke. Well, we have plans for that. For you, I would recommend that you never speak that name again after you leave this office. For your own protection as well.
What name?
I like how he thinks.
I
And
don't
with
know
that,
what you're talking
Thanks.
about. I really don't know what you're
Now,
talking about.
knowing
here.
me, it's like I could honestly be going, "What name?" Well,
and with that, the rewards as promised, and a little bonuses, and she slides forward 2 individual chests. And when you open them, you don't see the inside. The camera just sees like the glitter and glow and the light effect, an homage to Pulp Fiction. And then you could just close it, and the nice little light comes down. And then she turns to face Wisterion. And again, the camera zooms in now more clearer again of who she is. Blonde, half or full elf. She's got the for sure elven ears. Very particular part in her hair with braids. Very regal looking in both like forest greens accentuated with purplish. A striking, very serious face. And you, Wisterion, as an ally, what reward do you seek? She nods, and another servant brings
wants
down
some
a
sleep.
tablet and sets down another one of those chests. It's chest in front of you. A little bit of light again.
And the yellow light comes from the chest, shining up on Boosterian's face. Ah, yes. And he closes the chest. This will do.
You know, we could use somebody like you, and there's more of that where that came from. What do you say to that?
I am open to opening negotiations.
What about the rest of you?
I'm up for more fun.
I like rewards. Rewards are good. Hashing things is good too.
Good. To have just the opportunity for the three of you.
Does it involve the mayor's son?
And with that, we're gonna cut to credits, uplifting music, rolling.
Do, do, do,
The end of the story.
do, do, do.
Wrong song.
Stay tuned for the next adventures of, I don't know, we'll have to figure out a name for you guys.
Jailbirds, yeah.
No.
The Jailbirds. Oh, I like that. The Jail Wolves. No, I like Jailbirds.
I turn into any animal I choose. So we're not going to go with any like alpha wolf thing because that's no.
Fantastic. Well,
Turn into that Rancor guy. That was cool.
I could actually. If it no, I can't. It's not an animal.
and it's definitely not in your
Yes.
CR range right now.
No, not anytime soon. But soon in my CR range, I will be able to turn into a giant spider, and it's up to the gracious command of the fearful leader above me, or next to me, actually. I think he's next to me. No, he's this way.
Giant
That's great.
spider? What? Yeah, sure.
Either a giant spider or a dryer.
Sure.
The other
Well,
way.
double check the CR and all the shenanigans, but I like to say yes to things.
Why would you want to turn into a dryer? To keep people's clothes from being wet?
Wrong dryer.
Well, should we have post-credits scene on this one? Yes or no? Let's do some.
Tell us what's happening with the old gang, maybe.
No.
No,
Oh, okay.
let them have their retirement until the
Yeah.
Avengers protocol
The
kicks
Avengers,
in.
yes.
Other Avengers
Dra-
protocol.
Just to be honest, a dryer actually is a challenge sex.
What's your challenge limit right now? One or two? One or two?
I think it's
You still want the lullaby, eh?
yeah, they still want the lullaby.
So you'll get that as soon as Carlos is done with his game.
I opened up to the bards in honor of somebody else's character, apparently.
So let's see, what should I do with this? I'm thinking as a post-credit scene.
100 something.
Go ahead.
How about you send, because I noticed Irina was looking through an orb to see what was going on.
She was having a Zoom call with Chance.
Well,
Yes.
well, something like that. I was thinking you could send Irina off to train with Chance.
But that would be
On
taking a
how
chance.
Yeah, take a chance on that. On how to
I love this.
You
So
distant-
cut to it's Irina again, her dark oily hair as she's like staring into like this orb thing, and it's just static noise, and she's like concentrated. You don't really see her face because you just see more her silhouette, and you hear a zoom in on her eyes, and her eyes are like annoyed. Then the camera zooms back to reveal more and more of the information, and that's where we see Chance saying, no, you had to, here's how to control, or whatever lines you would like to, like, you hear her say, it's too much noise, too much, I can't focus.
You must concentrate. Blank your mind, and the visions will come to you. You have to think of nothing but where you want to see. If anything else is disturbing you, it will interfere and be a detriment to the result.
And she tries it again one more time as the white globe, illuminates everything. It's whitish, but it's like static noise. And you could see her face is starting to feel at peace. And almost a smile. And then everything turns bright red. The light in minute is red. Her eyes open bright wide.
We are coming for you. We are legion. We will not stop. There is no stopping. The Exxon.
And that's where we end.
Dun dun dun.
So Carlos is gonna have to like play around with this because it's from 3.5 edition. It has not been converted over to 5th edition.
What is?
Spider shape
Ah,
for druids.
yeah,
I'm
well,
cool with it.
He gets to play with it later.
I'm cool with
Well, at
it.
least
it's a thing.
You want to be a
It's thing.
spider? You could be a spider. You want to be a giant spider? We're cool. But obviously, you guys level up. Maybe next time when we play, we will probably be at level 5 because that's my favorite level. But we'll see.
We
We'll
will,
decide.
we will see about it if we get back to this game. Oh, when we get back to this game.
Remember, everybody, we are off next week.
Yes, next week there will be no session whatsoever on Saturday. So have
Well,
a
from
nice
From
weekend.
2D4 RPG.
Yeah,
Who knows?
not from us. We take no responsibility for anything else happening in the universe.
Yes.
We barely take responsibility of this thing happening in the universe. So
Exactly.
The other 3 of us actually also stream normally. So
yeah. So you can go watch that guy and that girl. But not that guy. That guy doesn't stream on other times. He's just exclusively on this show. So we got exclusive rights to the fantastic director Santana.
I was really high when I signed that contract. I'm still fighting that
Yeah, but until you successfully do fight it, you are exclusively ours. We will see you in court.
I'll try not to show up high again.
That's what cost you the last one.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos, for running this.
Thank you.
It was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So,
It turned creepy. I did not mean it for it to turn creepy.
how
But
did
then-
you like this adventure?
how did I?
Is what Froggy is asking.
Was it to me or to all of us?
Yeah, let's throw you, Maya, because this is your first time throwing you down a Carlos adventure, tabletop theater.
Actually, yes, this is the first time I've actually had to go through one of your campaigns. I actually enjoyed it a lot. To be honest, I actually did enjoy it. It did take me a bit to warm up to the style. As you can see at the very end, I finally went, okay, let's just go for it.
It gets a while to get used to the fact that you can just throw things at Carlos and he will go, oh, right, it'll work like this.
It's to me, it's just I'm just running you through the story. Here's where we are at the story. And I mentioned here's where you are. You get what you want, but now you got to pay the heavy price, and then we got to go through the return. It's all story
Yeah.
beats, man.
Essentially, how you work with Carlos is you say, I want to do this. And at best, Carlos is going to go, yeah, okay. At worst, he's going to go, roll me this.
Well, the best part is when you say, I'm going to do something stupid, he goes, yes. Just go stupid, go stupid, go stupid. He's like,
Do
give me
stupid
the
thing.
candy shop.
Do stupid thing. Stupid thing is more fun.
It was just like he brightened up. He was like a kid in a candy shop. Like, you're giving me money to spend on what?
It was both not getting the heavy price. It wasn't as heavy as I wanted it to be. It's both not getting the armory, getting surrounded, getting the moment where everybody was surrounding you guys, and I could have played off that moment a little bit more to give it more of a Doom where everybody was surrounding. I think it's a Deus Ex Machina excuse for me to have had Irina, like do her pulse to wipe off everybody. I didn't want to hurt them with that as well, but they rolled really high. So both the heavy price was that they didn't get the armory and that you were surrounded. I don't like the fact that I resolved it like this for you guys. So then I still wanted you to have the confrontation against Rancor at some point. But that was the heavy price. It wasn't as effective, but it's...
So, while I do love you guys dearly, and I like to talk to you, I am getting way knackered, so shall we get to the end speeches? And first of all, I do believe there was a promise of a lullaby to go with these things.
There's
So
something
we're
that
going
should
to...
have happened at the beginning of the month and didn't.
What?
What?
I'm very confused.
We're confused too because it's out of content.
That, and 22 enter. Somehow it didn't renew my subscription.
Huh.
Oh, it's now renewed.
Oh,
For
oh,
Yeah.
22 months. Yay!
Almost 2 full years.
Monsters. Ooh, that's incredible. And fun.
Anyway, so we're going to have the repeat of the song that broke Mrs. Rooster.
Can she hear you right now, or is she asleep?
It should be asleep.
Yeah.
Because if she wakes up and comes back into the room and says, "What the fuck?" we know she was awake.
Hämä häkki, kiipes langalle. Tuli sade rankka, hämähäkin vei. Aurinko armas kuivas sateen. Hämä häkki, kiipes uudelleen. Muurahainen kortta kuljettaa. Ahkerasti työssään aina ahertaa. Valmis on kohta keko komea. Muurahainen kortta kuljettaa. Heinä sirkka soittaa viuluaan. Heinikossa hyppii sinne tänne vaan. Pieni sinikello käypi nukkumaan. Heinä sirkka soittaa viuluaan. Sääski pieni surra parvessaan. Suvipäivä kuluu siinä touhussaan. Illan varjot saapuu, siivet kimaltaa. Sääski pieni surra parvessaan. Hämä häkki kutoverkkojaan. Pieni lintu siihen lensi katsomaan. Aurinko laski kauas vuortentaa. Hämä häkki kutoverkkojaan.
Fantastic.
Mind you, I did not know that was the song he was singing me when I was starting to actually finally fall asleep. Knowing full well, I played the drow. I am arachnophobic of no tomorrow. So now I know he was singing It's a Bitsy Spider to me. So this is not fun.
Fantastic.
I was wondering where I was recognizing the tune from.
Yeah, it's the wording isn't very Finnish, and it's there's another
melody.
one that is very Finnish and that you can catch on my stream if you request me to sing a lullaby. And it is about a very special package being delivered across Finland. So
By a
come on
storm?
my stream, a 2d4 booster, to hear that by requesting me to sing a song via channel points. Until that,
Nice.
ladies and gentlemen, it's about the time we raid somebody unfortunate enough to have our people in the game and or room. So we're gonna start a raid, and hopefully we will see you guys giving out all of your deliciously well-earned
Bonus nachos,
Nachos.
everybody.
Bonus nachos.
You need to get the shout out button to work, Booster.
probably.
They tried shouting you out and it didn't work.
That grenade?
All right, and who are we raiding?
Electronics. What did he for?
Flick this